In 2020, there were millions of people in the streets protesting for police reform. A lot of people expected that these reforms would actually put a dent in the number of police killings across the country. But what we actually saw was that the number went up in every year since. But you wouldn't know that if you asked the federal government, because they don't track it. Instead, I've tracked it for the last decade. But it's not just shootings that we're seeing here. It's tasers, it's vehicles, and it's the way that George Floyd died, physical restraint. And what you can see from this is that prior to George Floyd's death, there were very few physical restraint deaths. And after, we can see that the number is up. When we were tracking down the data, we felt that it was important to understand how often someone was armed and how often they were unarmed. And what we found was that unarmed people, while their killings are most likely to bring attention, are few and far between in the grand scheme of all killings. In truth, it's kind of gray. Just because someone is armed, it doesn't mean that they were a threat to the police officer. And just because someone was unarmed doesn't mean that they weren't. What's changed over the last 5 years is also where these police killings are happening. In the wake of George Floyd being killed in Minneapolis, blue states tended to adopt a lot of police reforms, so we very much wanted to see, did things sort of divide between these red states and the blue states? So while we see the red states going up and the blue states maintaining about what they were, we can't necessarily attribute any reforms or lack thereof to this change. While we don't know for sure why the number of police killings are going up, experts believe that the rise in guns across the country are contributing to this. Some see the backlash to the police reform movement in the wake of George Floyd as a huge reason, and others believe that a lack of trust in police are contributing to the rise in police violence. As a data reporter, data is one of the most important things, I think, to understand an issue, and the federal government does not have this data.